Welcome to Algebra 1. So we're going to talk about the structure of the course, homework and assessments, and information on getting help. So the structure of the course is outlined below, or in this slide. So every Friday I post the following week's module in Canvas. So these modules are meant to run from Friday to Friday. Each module contains all of the assignments, quizzes, and video links for the weeks, or for each week. My YouTube videos that are linked in Canvas, those are the primary lessons. So those are the lessons that students are supposed to watch prior to our virtual live sessions. And the virtual sessions I reserve for questions, announcements, and if there aren't a lot of questions or announcements, I have a set of problems that exemplify the typical examples from that week. So I'll work through those. And with Algebra 1, since we have a lot of freshmen, there aren't usually a lot of questions because they're still getting used to advocating for themselves, especially in this virtual setting. So right now I'm really just kind of working through some problems rather than using those as a question answer. But hopefully as the year goes on, it'll evolve more into a question answer session. So there are usually two main assignments each week, and those are submitted in Envision. So that's pretty much what each week's going to look like. I tried to keep this simple so that students know what to expect each week, as well as parents. So for homework and assessments, grading is now split 50-50. So at the start of the year, before we agreed to all of this, it was 80-20, but to accommodate for this setting, we're going to 50-50. So that means tests and quizzes are 50% and weekly homework is 50%. Weekly homework assignments and tests are all submitted in Envision. And this next item, I'll just read through it, then I'll explain. So when items are completed in Envision, I manually transfer these grades to Canvas. Then I have to manually sync Canvas to Skyward. So there are several delays in seeing a completed assignment in Skyward. But if you check on Envision, you should be able to see your students' completed assignments. So that would be if your student says, I just finished it 5 minutes ago, well, that's going to definitely be Envision with a completed next to it. As far as seeing it in Skyward, there's a delay because I usually enter this stuff on Fridays. Between Friday and Monday, I'll enter all the assignments for the week. But if you want to know if your student did the assignment, just check Envision, it'll tell you. Late assignments for Algebra 1 are accepted up to 1 week after they are due. And students have to email me so I can check on those late assignments because I don't receive a notification when late assignments come in. So if I don't get a notification from a student, I just won't know that. Late assignments go in as I have time, usually at the end of the week, but sometimes I just enter them when I get a few minutes here or there. So they will go in, it's just a delay because I have all of the other grading to do first. Okay, so this is the most important slide in my opinion. My office hours are 1 to 2, Monday through Thursday. No appointments necessary. Just click the office hours link in Canvas and I will be there. So if a couple of students have clicked into office hours and then they don't turn on their mic and say hello, or they'll put something in the chat, but usually I'm working in a room where I have several monitors, so I will glance at the chat, but I have been requesting that they just turn their mic on and say, Mr. Gomez, are you there? Can you help me? So that I am notified. So that's 1 to 2, Monday through Thursday, and it doesn't have to be the day of the class. So if we meet Mondays and Wednesdays, then your student can still access me Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It doesn't matter to me. Fridays, I have some availability. Typically on Friday, I'm creating videos like this or instructional videos, or we're having our meetings with our teams. So it's a really busy day, enter grades. But I do try to schedule appointments, usually between 10 and 11. So at the end of each period, I also leave some amount of time, usually 10 to 20 minutes for questions. So if the class, for instance, is over at 10:35, I stay in the session until 10:35 so that students can ask questions afterwards. So usually there's only a few students that stick around, but I just want to make that available because for those, each day that they meet, there's an additional at least 10 minutes, usually around 20 minutes, they could ask me for help in that time as well. And this last item here is capitalized. Students should prioritize getting help as soon as they find a topic they're not comfortable with. So Algebra 1 is a graduation requirement, and I've stated this a lot in the live videos. So students really should get help as soon as they're stuck. I'm really open to helping students. They can also email me. It's just that it's harder to work problems out via email, but I have some methods to do that. So this is a big one. Just please make sure your student is getting help and feels comfortable. I'm trying to make them feel comfortable come to me for help. Okay, so contacting me, the best way is email. I am working on computer all day now, so the emails I get and I usually respond pretty quickly between 7:30 and 2:30. So that's when I'm actually monitoring my email. After that, I occasionally check it, but it's not regular after 2:30. And I know the district has suggested that we use Remind. So I do have a Remind account. However, that's going to be a slower option for me because I primarily have my email open to check. I do check Remind once in a while, but it's not as, it won't be as quick of a response if you use Remind. So that last statement, please contact me with any questions you may have. That's always the last sentence in every email I'll send. And I really mean that. So if you need anything from me, whether it's just information or explanations, doesn't have to be just about Algebra 1, because I know this time is confusing for everybody. Just, yeah, if you have any questions, just let me know and I will happily answer your questions. All right, so I hope this has been informative and I look forward to working with all of you this year. Thank you.